Hello and welcome to This Month in Car Design with the Car Design News team, who are Freddie Holmes.
Hello.
Lucy Abbott.
Hello.
Lucy, notice anything different about me?
I do, James. No hat. Where's it gone?
Yeah. There were so many complaints about my hat that I had to, well, I'm just not wearing it. But
I miss it. I miss it personally. I was a fan.
I think the audience will realise that they actually want it back.
They don't know how good they had it.
Exactly that. But we haven't come to talk about my hat, although I'm sure we could fill 30 minutes. There's been a lot of goings on, Freddie and Lucy, in the world of car design. Our theme this month was advanced design. Why don't you kick us off, Lucy? Tell us about advanced design from the point of view of Hyundai, the India team specifically.
Yes. So I thought it'd be quite an interesting angle to look at it from one of the international kind of local studios.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what they said, I spoke to Piljong Ham, who is the head of Hyundai India Design Centre,
Mm-hmm.
and they essentially develop products that resonate with the local customers.
As you would expect.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And as car design does become more global, people, move around. You get so many different kind of like cultures living in different countries. So it's not all just literally in one country. So India is such a key market, and it does go further than just local design. So essentially now that studio will help Hyundai shape the global design rather than just focusing.
Oh, so it's going to feed back into the kind of the mothership, as it were.
Exactly. And India brings such an emotional value to design that would be a great thing to see throughout Hyundai's entire design portfolio. So yeah, now they're starting to work on God, that's a tongue twister. Production projects. And they also had quite a nice story about rickshaws. They're redesigning rickshaws in India. And so no longer you're going to have these kind of noisy little tinny vehicles. They're electric, very smooth. And the designers actually lived with rickshaw drivers to kind of get to know their lifestyle. They moved in.
This is like method acting.
Yeah, I know.
The car designers.
I know, right? I thought that was quite fun that they moved in, ate breakfast, got up, got on the rickshaw, and actually learnt how they move, how they drive, who they pick up, what the customer wants. And I just think that's probably the best way. I mean, that's probably quite, a privilege and quite an advantage to working in one of those studios to have that time to spend with the customer.
Well, I guess that's what they're there for, isn't it? To sort of the advanced design, they need to immerse themselves in things. They need to kind of really get under the skin of something to feed back that information to whatever they're going to build.
I wonder if you do the same thing for a hypercar. You get someone moving in with a billionaire for a couple of days. Oh no, I live in this mansion with
the East Wing. You volunteer? Maybe you should.
In the name of research,
I
will take that up.
Sticking with India, Mahindra Design Advanced Design Europe.
Yes. So I spoke to a couple of designers. One is Phil Gilman, who's a chief interior designer, and Pav Patel, who's the chief exterior designer. And at Mahindra Advanced Design Europe, or MADE, which is a lot easier to say, they work across both advanced design and production design simultaneously, just to keep it interesting. Which I thought was quite a nice approach, because I guess you could maybe get too bogged down in production and deadlines and engineering, and then you can go off to your nice concept and be a bit more free, be a bit more creative.
Yeah.
It's a good place to do that as well. It's very open. The studio itself is quite fun.
Actually, to be honest, shamefully, I've never been.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, but I know you've been on quite a few occasions.
Yeah, it seems like most rooms are sort of colour washed. You have a red room, a blue room, a green room, a yellow room. It's nice.
Sounds like a Roger Corman film.
Yeah, I'll have to watch one of those to figure out what you're talking about.
I did see Pratap he was at the Move event down in the Excel Centre, and he was on stage talking about emotional design, and they were there with the B6 production car, and I think they've done quite a fine job on it, and. Yeah, it's nice to see. Always lovely to talk to Pratap, but he immediately credited Cosimo with the sketch. He was like,
"Who leads the MADE?"
Yeah, who leads the MADE studio, which is I just thought it was nice, to sort of throw that. He didn't have to say that, but he did. I think those two work really closely. It gave me an idea actually. Maybe we should be talking to these partnerships that you have, because for every kind of Pratap you have a Cosi and vice versa. But I'm going to bookmark that one and return to it. from my point of view, Andrew Smith retired, long-serving GM, sort of advanced design veteran across so many brands, but like so many of the Australians, he sort of started with Holden in Australia, like Michael Simcoe, like Sharon Gauci, and they kind of graduated up through the ranks to head up really significant positions. But he's the last one. Sharon's retired, Mike's retired. Andrew's the last one to sort of go, and it does feel quite significant about that end of a sort of this era of this wave of Australian talent. Was very influential at GM. I think the similarities between car culture in the United States and Australia shouldn't be understated. Obviously very different countries in some ways, but I think the car culture, given the scale of those two places, and the GM connection and all of that stuff is there's a lot of kind of they resonate. They really do. Andrew was philosophical and practical, but he was one of these quiet men of design that would quietly got on with things. A great collaborator, led by example. I think he will be missed. But I'll just some of his thoughts. I did ask him, how's advanced design going to stay relevant? How relevant will it be? Obviously, he feels more relevant than ever. And the mindset was where he was particularly interesting. I think he said you need to be comfortable with ambiguity, no easy answers, and just this idea that you need to be able to recognise patterns and then just check yourself to understand whether they are a pattern or you're just overlaying your own kind of biases on it. And just it's a very, very critical mindset that you need to be able to do it more so than anything else. That was Andrew's thoughts.
Is he retiring from GM or retiring from design? Full stop. Because I feel like you never really retired.
That's what I think. I don't think you ever really retire. He did say he's going to do a bit of travelling around Europe. He's going to be in Scotland, but he mentioned that he would be back. He loves North Michigan. Rightly describes it as one of the sort of hidden gems of the north of the United States. It is lovely up there, and I think he's going to return there. So hopefully, you might see him at Carlos Dalos Detroit in October. That's the sort of Andrew sort of bows out, leaves a great legacy. We're about to publish a big interview with him, and you'll see his wide variety of work that he did. Some interesting utes over the years in his early.
That's a very Holden thing.
Very
Australian.
Yeah, very much so. But quite sort of out there takes on it. What else we've got? Roman Galvin, Renault.
Yeah, we did just over
Andy Mint,
just over 10 dedicated interviews, I think, with designers on advanced design.
Jeez,
and I'm not gonna rattle off all of those.
I need to up my game.
No. Well, no, I mean, as a group.
Obviously, as a collective.
I did 30, actually. So Romain Galvin, he was just promoted, actually. It fell really well. He's just promoted to head of advanced design or chief advanced designer at Renault. So perfect timing. He framed things quite well for me because I said, how does production design differ to advanced design? He said, well, one of them asks questions, the other answers them.
Right.
And then he also said, both of them are about production. Because I often sort of, it's maybe a lazy thing to think of it this way, but I think of advanced design as just being concepts and production design obviously going towards production. But he said, no, they're both working towards real products.
Yes, of course.
It's useful to do these.
Remind yourself.
to ask these sort of questions. Andy Mint from VW, head of group design for VW, he's sort of suggested advanced design is dispersed among the teams rather than being in a dedicated bricks and mortar suite, which of course it would have been in Potsdam.
Yeah, it was.
And I believe in California at one point as well.
Yeah, they did.
Great ideas come from anyone in the team or anywhere in the team.
These would pop up, wherever.
Yeah.
I think the skill is, I guess, just to half the skill is recognising a good idea when it comes along.
Yeah.
Who spoke to Antoine from Citroën?
Was
that you as well?
That was me. And do you know what? Antoine, he leads advanced design in the Velizy studio. But he said something that was kind of echoed across most of the interviews in that it's just quite fun and you get to explore, be a bit more blue sky, play around a bit. You do still have those sort of safety barriers driving you towards something realistic. You can't just go crazy. But it seems like you can be a bit more playful and do a bit more.
It's interesting. That's something that came over when I spoke to Andrew a lot. It's like the early days, they just said he did everything, anything, basically. They had so much freedom.
That's probably how you come up with your great ideas, though, when you don't have those constraints. I
Too
always
many
feel like,
constraints,
yeah, it's probably the best area for a student to go into that's just graduated, because you probably then can just like whittle yourself down eventually to production design.
Become a honed, disciplined designer with production focus. There was a car as well. Good Lord, was there a car?
Big one.
A big one. It's bigger than that, Freddie.
It's large.
Spartacus, this is huge history happening, isn't it?
It's bigger than that, Chris. It's large.
Yeah, the Audi Nuvolari, which was kind of Massimo and the team kept that one under wraps.
That was unexpected, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know it was coming basically until I did. Jens Miners.
As most things happen. You don't know about it until you know about it.
Yeah. What am I talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, the car is absolutely fantastic. Another exercise in restraint and minimalism from the master of minimalism, Massimo, and his team. But it's a production car this time. It's not electric. Thoughts, Freddie?
Well, I think we all were, was expecting the TT, because the Concept C
Generally how it goes?
fit the mould of the next TT, didn't it? So when this thing came along, we went,
oh,
Jesus, this is massive.
Yeah.
1,100 horsepower. Yeah. It's a big slab of metal, it seems.
Yeah.
From the renders, anyway, I mean, I would imagine, I haven't seen it in person yet.
No.
But from people that have seen it, it's a little bit more petite than images would have you believe.
Because it looks like it's quite a beast at the moment.
Yeah, but it has real presence. That's the deceptive thing.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Batmobile in The Dark Knight.
I didn't think you were going to say that.
I mean, that's probably a great comparison, because that is a cool car.
Yeah, it's not a bad comparison, but it's something.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, Freddie, I didn't mean to interrupt. Carry on.
Well, it's been framed as the successor to the R8, but I think it occupies a slightly different niche now, doesn't it? It's quite.
Tell me. You've been thinking about this,
it's a different price bracket.
Yeah.
It's way faster. And I don't know, is it...
So what is it?
Is it more of a successor to the Veyron that used to be in the VW group?
Bugatti Veyron.
More so
in the comments.
More
is
so
Freddie
than the
way
R8.
off, or is he on the money? I don't know. I think there's something in it.
It's an opinion. It's an opinion.
But it is a supercar.
Yeah. It is, yeah, but it's... Again, it's unexpected.
Yeah,
so I think is the main takeaway.
But it feels of a piece. It feels part of this new sort of reset that Audi's going through.
And a clear progression of the concept.
Yeah, agreed. I think I prefer the concept to it, but maybe that's just my own biases coming in. Reactions online, Lucy?
Yes, reactions online. I mean, it did way better.
You did another one of your famous polls.
Yeah, I did. I mean, naturally, it did a lot better than the Ferrari Luce. That, if we remember, that was 89% hate it, 11% love it, which was pretty strong.
Could have been worse.
It actually could have been worse. You're right. Yeah. Whereas this one, go on, have a guess. What percentage do you think loved it versus hated it?
I think it's a lot more that we're going to love it.
Sorry, James, go on.
No.
Is it the direct inverse?
Almost.
Imagine. Yeah.
It's 82% love it.
Yeah.
18% hate it. So yeah, pretty much the inverse of the Luce. And as always, I did a bit of a stalk. And I found out
naming no names,
but general job titles for who had it in their bio. We've got love it, advanced exterior designer, UX designer, exterior designer at Hyundai, a prominent designer at Mitsubishi, designer at Chery, and hate it, interior designer at Peugeot, prominent designer at Alpine, designer at Mahindra, exterior designer at BYD, interior designer at Tao Design, designer at JLR. So not as, exterior love it, interior hate it. It was very
not
spread.
As clear cut,
We also had some comments.
Yeah, what were the good ones?
The good ones.
Actually, no, start with the bad ones and we'll finish on a high.
You know what? Good point. Negative comments, sometimes simplicity doesn't mean better. No emotion. Lego.
Okay.
Just Lego.
Just Lego.
Flat rear ends with unsophisticated grills. Those were the negative. We have more positive comments though, naturally. Return of Bauhaus. Amazing show of personality rather than copy and pasting. Love the minimalism trend with straight lines. Clean, simple, modern. Exactly what the customer and Audi need. And then just Audi is back.
Ooh,
which I feel like is a nice, strong one.
Audi.
My favourite comment is just Lego.
Yeah, Lego. Was it
a Google search?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Looking backwards, Boreham Motorworks, we've been waiting for this for a while. This is Wayne Burgess's work, and he's come up with a new production prototype with the Ford Escort Mark 1 RS, a continue mod, not a rester mod. Lucy, you went to see Wayne.
Yes, I went
and
to see
the car.
Wayne and the car. It was a very dramatic reveal. Normally in these media launches, they'll have some sort of kind of rousing music that comes to a crescendo when the car comes out, but the car created its own music with its engine and kind of smoked out all the journalists as it came out.
They were all brain dead.
Yeah, that's why we all loved it. The colouring, first of all, was the thing that stood out to me. The kind of dark green with like the champagne gold stripes. I thought that was really pretty. It's an official license with Ford, so you can tell they've kind of stayed very true to the brand. Team of 4 designers behind it. That's it. The exterior stays true to the Alan Mann racing Escorts of 67, 68.
Classics.
But basically the bits they've changed are all the bits that you bolt onto it. Right. So badging, door handles, etc. The interior's also been massively reworked.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, the interior's astonishing.
Yeah, very high quality. Yeah. They've got like billet machine, aluminium and stainless steel elements like the door handles. A lot of hidden bees as well, like throughout the interior and the exterior, which is quite nice.
The letter, not the insect.
Yes, yeah. You know what? That made sense to me. But fight them off. But yeah, I liked it. I thought they nailed it. And, and the general reaction. There were customers at this launch event as well, and I heard a few people be like, "Yep, sign me up."
I mean, I do have to say the interior, the quality of the interior is reflected in the price. I mean,
yes,
these aren't. It isn't cheap, but as far as I understand, they've already taken a ton of orders. So good luck to that. I know they're working on other continue mods from Ford stable. So
we saw it at the London Concours, didn't we?
Yep.
On sort of resplendent in the sun. It looked amazing on that deep dark green.
Yeah.
But Lucy and I went over to chat with Wayne. And then we ended up sort of scurrying over to the to their booth.
Yes, customization.
The customization booth. And we designed our own. Yeah. We sat down with.
Is it better than Wayne's?
No. And we realised that towards the end, which we'll get to. But Francesca Maria Dobrinska, the CMF designer, joined us, and Ryan Lewis, the visualisation and digital modeler, I believe, and Wayne. We all sat together. Sort of went, where do we go with this? And we came up with I think we'll put some B-roll at the top of this.
Screen,
like a Golf livery version of it, light blue.
Yeah.
Flecks of orange.
Yeah, the orange.
Deep blue carbon on the interior. I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
The only thing was the wheels. And now when it came to choosing the wheels, I was drawn to these sort of wire style BBS sort of multi-spoke things, which I still think looks good. And then when we said to Wayne, "Come on, give us a critique. How is it?" And he went, 9 out of 10. You've lost the mark because the wheels are wrong. I went, "Oh, hang on, I think it looks quite good." And he went, "Change them to these ones on the screen." And then I sort of shrunk into the bush doing the home.
Homer disappeared.
It was just immediately obvious that was the correct choice, and we just felt really stupid. We were like,
that's why you're in your job. Fair enough.
Speaking of cars, Skoda Peaq.
Yes.
Lucy, you were there with your car ball of influences.
I was, me and
the JLS.
Yeah, JLS. Shout out to JB from JLS if you're watching. He was there. No, it was very good. It's obviously, like as the name suggests, the Peaq, the top of their range. Lots of celebrity sightings, like Tour de France winner Chris Froome, who they cycled up.
You get all the glamorous gigs, don't you?
Don't know. I'll take it though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's a 7-seater. I did sit in the back 2 seats, and I could not put the seat in front up, and I'm 5'5", so. For a child, I presume. But still, it felt very nice inside. It's based off of the Vision 7S concept, and I'd say it does stay quite true to that. Exterior is strong, but I think the interior is where Skoda's really taken a step up. Vertical screen, which I think can actually rotate to be a horizontal screen as well, but apparently that feature is coming. Two-tone interior, contrast stitching, adjustable armrest where you can kind of push it forward and up so you can lean your arm while touching the vertical touchscreen.
Oh, as an anchor point.
Yeah, which I thought was quite clever.
That's
like
good.
that.
The focus was on modern functionality, and I think they really hit the nail on the head. I think it's going to be a very popular family SUV.
Yeah, they think about the user really really, I think they really keep that in mind. You know, when they used to have little umbrellas, and well, they still do have these umbrellas. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's this little touches like that people, particularly people with families, really appreciate. And there was also a cable car that was branded Skoda.
Yes, there was.
I saw that from your Instagram. I was like, interesting.
I think no budget was spared on this event, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not good if you don't like heights, though. There were quite a few journalists and influencers that were clinging on to the sides. But no, it
dangling
was
from the side.
yeah, they just slid down.
But not you.
Not me. I was firmly in the middle.
Rome,
the
Eternal City.
Yes, yeah, we went to see the interior of the Smart #2, and
Are you supposed to say it? Hashtag.
I know this is what I asked because all of the Smart team were saying #2.
Oh.
Because
I just say it's number 2 or the Smart 2.
Yeah.
Which is a successor to the 4.2, the sort of dinky little.
Yeah.
It's do you know what? It's a real step up. It's white, gold, black, sort of jet age style interior. You've got this waveform dash, really beautiful, that resulted from sort of packaging requirements, I guess, because they needed the airbag to poke out more. So you've got this sort of sweep across the dash. And then the things that I really loved actually were these turbine air vents that sort of stick out like fuselage into the cabin, but then protrude through the dash and poke out the end as well, which is really fun.
Cool.
And then on the doors, you have this enormous sort of sphere, this sort of circle going around, and it inadvertently looks like a massive subwoofer.
Right.
Yeah. And I had to double check: is it a massive subwoofer? And it's not.
To your disappointment,
It's not. It's purely stylistic, but it's
cannot pay your
it's a very
Swift record.
very cool thing.
Volume.
Yeah, we were told that they chose Rome for the fact that there are just loads of Smarts around the city, and
there are.
I don't remember that. And on the way back, as soon as they said it, we really noticed it. They're everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And apparently there's even dedicated permit spots for Smarts only. So you can only park in this bit if you're a Smart.
Oh, really?
You get special service.
Interesting. And actually, I don't know if you've ever driven in Rome. I have, and I once, and I had an accident.
Oh, no.
The road was so narrow. It was a very dark day for me and my insurance company. But yeah, I can see why Smarts would be given preferential treatment because it is ideal for those sort of old Italian streets. You're also at JLR, Freddie, to see the Project Cornerstone.
Project Cornerstone. It sounds like some sort of special agent mission,
Great.
doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The reality is, I mean, it's still pretty cool, but there's no spy agent stuff going on. It's a Range Rover chassis, which they've bolted on a load of new parts made from recycled and sustainable materials as part of a circularity project. And the overall idea was to do a no BS concept car, or the way they framed it, concept that isn't a concept.
Right.
Okay.
No BS concept car that says this is what we can do in the near term on a production car that exists with existing suppliers. They worked with 40 suppliers from their
Good gravy.
existing base. So these are real parts that can be produced at scale, affordably, and it's quite a nice, refreshing change from, let's say, a one-off concept car that's never going to go anywhere, that showcases some sort of rare Amazonian moss. It's like, okay, great, that's very interesting. Can you make loads of it?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's promising to see, and the Range Rover was used, but they'll apply this strategy.
I was going to say, it's sort of thing.
to other brands, Defender, Jaguar.
From the good and the worthy to the extravagant, we're at London Concours, which is one of our favourite events every year.
It's a fixture, isn't it?
It's a fixture. It's like a garden party in
With lots of rain.
Yeah, well, yeah. The rain came in sideways at some point.
Yeah.
It seems to happen every year.
Every year.
But yeah, it was another sort of fantastic showcase of some really beautiful cars. they award a winner. What was the winner this year?
It was the
Remind-
Countach Periscopio,
Right,
Oh.
the yellow one.
the yellow one.
Yeah.
They had a lineup of yellow cars as soon as you come in.
They always have that
which is-
themed colour theme
Yeah.
at the start.
I
don't they?
enjoyed yellow this year.
Yeah, it was great.
brilliant.
So it was Make Green Great Again, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Last year or the
Yeah.
year before.
And they did.
Yeah.
They
So
absolutely did.
this was a belter.
Mm.
They were all static. I was at the SMMT test drive day which reminded me of how much I love manual gearboxes and how much I love the 2-litre turbo engine in the Mark V Golf. So they also stuck in the Sirocco. That's an absolute gem. That might not be the best looking Golf, I don't think, aesthetically, but the fact that it's a 3-doorer as well, I think with hot hatches, I really miss those days where they felt cooler, more sporty, and I think the proportions worked better. But there were a few, manual Mustang Dark Horse, an absolute monster, as terrifying as its name suggests. Another manual, and the Z4 3-litre. Is it a twin turbo? Can't remember.
It's a twin power turbo. This is so anorak.
Yeah.
It's a single turbo that's twin
Yeah.
stage,
Yeah.
twin scroll.
Well, that had a manual as well, but Z4 was bowing out this year after a long service since, it's been around since those sort of Bangor Anders Warming kind of originals, which were very, very groundbreaking, stylish, and based on sort of Frank Gehry forms and really sharp, kind of interesting surfacing. It's lost a bit of its subtlety. I think I put in my review was it's more hammer than knife these days, but it's a shame to see it go because it's another soft top car that we should love in this country that is going to no longer be, bless you, Freddie, no longer be in production. But, it was good to get behind the wheel of it.
You wonder if there would be a replacement coming at some point.
Must be, surely. I mean, I'd hope so.
Because you've had the Z3 before that, you've had the Z1 going for even further back. There's always been a 2-seater sports car.
I feel like it's worth marking that moment. What else is going on? Did you understand anything from the XPeng accelerating human-centric physical AI mobility ecosystem, Freddie?
No, next topic.
It does lead in. It was quite opaque, the language around that event, but it did lead us into talking to Rob Dalton, former head of design at Alfrey, about HMI and UX design and his new studio Ostra, which I think is about clarity, really.
Clarity and getting rid of convoluted language and making sure that people know how to use the tech or understand how the tech that's in their car works, especially around autonomous driving.
Yeah. And Lucy,
Yes.
you've been all over the place. With
Been
the
to Wales.
Yeah. Good Lord.
I know.
So have I, actually, with Mazda.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was driving around Snowdonia in the 6E. More to come on that. But Lucy, you've been to see a lot of degree
Yeah.
shows.
So
Your continuing mission?
Yeah, my continuing mission. So the 2 degree shows that I've been to recently are both on the smaller side in terms of cohort size, but a purposeful small cohort, because I think there's a lot of talk about some universities that will not be named perhaps have quite big cohorts, and is it actually ethical to welcome that amount of students into the industry when there might not be the jobs there for them?
At the end, this is not just a car design question. It's also architecture, it's also furniture design, product design, oversupply of graduates, basically.
Yeah, which is a shame, because if that's your passion, then you should be able to study it. But I guess industry's in a different place. First up, University of Staffordshire, which had the friendliest atmosphere. It felt like you were walking into like a friend's party, and everyone was just like so open, so like passionate about their projects. There was a real culture of students helping out, like helping each other out. So third years would spend a lot of time with the first years, helping them out with their projects.
Interesting.
Very collaborative.
Yeah.
The standout project for me was called Ragnarok. Great name. It was an Aston Martin by Joshua Tandy. And it kind of went into the whole idea of from the racetrack to the opera. And then from
He could be describing my life.
Oh, really? Wow, you must live a glamorous life, James.
Is that where you're heading after this?
A couple of operas, yeah.
But yeah, what really stood out about that concept was the kind of grand piano inspired LED string that led from the kind of 2-seater at the front all the way to the rear, lit up in this kind of like gorgeous like red light, which is something I haven't seen before. He was definitely one of the stars of that show. And then next was the University of Wales Trinity St David degree show. Again, small course, around 10 of them
Mhm.
maybe. Lots of impressive equipment. I
Yeah.
had a little nosy around their studios, massive like 3D printer,
Mhm.
clay model studio with all their clay donated by JLR,
Oh, good.
Nice.
which was nice.
Shout out to JLR.
yeah.
For that, yeah.
They shared the building with engineering, so they work very closely, like in the real working world, which I thought was quite a nice strength to be able to kind of have that collaboration.
Mhm.
Standout projects, maybe from my cruise background, kind of influenced me on this, but it was a Rolls-Royce yacht called Spirit of Motion. It has its own microplastic filtration system within it. It was also a gorgeous, like, purple colour. We'll put a picture of it on the screen. And it had closed decks that were kind of staggered upwards, completely encapsulated with a transparent aluminium, which was a new material for me.
I don't know if it exists.
I think it does. I don't know.
Yeah.
I presume he told me it does, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going with him. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to chat to the students. They seem quite hopeful about the future. And yeah, impressive work from 2 shows.
Good stuff.
I'm glad we're seeing some of these sort of, like you say, smaller cohorts, maybe lesser known,
Mhm.
frankly speaking,
Yeah.
schools. But
Mm.
yeah, they seem to be doing some good
There's a
work.
lot of talent out
Yeah.
there. There really is. Umea.
Umea, yeah, I mean Umea from the small to the quite significant.
Mhm.
There's a long line of great designers from Umea. I won't go through the full list because it was a larger cohort,
Mhm.
but the one that stood out to me was a deconstructed Mini. It was really cool. We'll put a picture of it
Mm.
up here. Some of the artwork that went along with it is just absolutely
Well,
fantastic.
storyboarding or just
Yeah,
process shots?
Yeah,
or what?
the storyboards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really does look like it could potentially come out now. You know, it's futuristic, but it feels quite feasible. And
Having not seen it, I'm now quite. You've got me excited.
yeah, it's got a funny silhouette for a Mini,
Mm-hmm.
almost sort of like a sedan, like 3-box sedan sort of shape to it.
Right.
Very, very cool project.
Okay. Well, that was the month that was. What's coming up? Well, Goodwood's coming up.
It's going to be a scorcher. Isn't
It's,
it?
Yeah.
I've looked at the weather. I'm going to.
Tough.
I almost feel like I should pack a sombrero.
Please
Yeah.
do. I mean, it's all about hats with you, isn't it?
I think the wider brim, the better,
I didn't
James.
mention Colours I News will give me a hat budget every month that I have to spend.
Yeah. Hat design news.
Yes. Well, it's going to be a scorcher, but there are, as per usual, some of the brand favourites are going to be down there. So we'll be on the ground. If you're about, grab us. We'll have a chat. Always happy to chat. I'm trying to. Well, I'm plotting out who I'm going to see, but one of our staples of regulars is Mitch Bocca, who's always Lamborghini, always a perennial sort of visitor, a great supporter of Goodwood and Car Design Review, the book. So I'll be chatting to Mitch. Often talk. It's sort of my yearly chat about aerodynamics with Mr. Bocca. He knows it inside out. He works so closely with engineering. So I'll be the next monthly focus is aerodynamics. So we'll be kicking off with a few interviews at Goodwood on that, including Mitch. What about you guys? Anything planned?
Well, I'm most excited about driving the Morgan down.
Oh
my
yeah, you've
goodness.
got a
So,
Morgan.
As
We
good
need
as
to
the
put
show,
a picture of that on the screen because that is a
the
gorgeous.
spec on this thing, good grief.
I'm just excited for Goodwood. We're going to see Renault again and see my favourite car, which is the turbo. Is it 5.3e?
The 3E, yeah.
3E,
yeah.
Turbo 3E, which is my favourite.
I can see you in one of those.
So can I, yeah. Maybe another life.
Anything else to report on before we wrap it up today, guys?
People News was a little bit slower or
Not
quieter.
much happening, actually, is there?
Yeah.
Apart from Andrew Smith retiring was the big man,
True.
the big news.
True.
I guess. Anyone else?
One, Lucy, you caught this very, very well. Avatar hired long-time Mercedes man Mattia Lucci, to lead the advanced design studio there in Munich.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a decent hire, I would say.
Yep.
And it's another sort of big name from a big German brand joining.
Nader went there from BMW, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about your Mazda drive, James.
Yeah, no, it was. But apart from the transport ways of getting up there, because trains don't work in heat, apparently, should make them solar powered. Maybe we'd get on better. Yeah, I got there eventually and drove around North Wales in the 6E. Beautiful design. Interesting to see the Coda design language lost some of its sensual nature, more sharper, I'd say. Still looks great, longer. Interior is strong too, stronger I'd say than the CX-5 that I drove recently. What it has lost though, and I'll put this in my write-up, is some of the engagement you get from a Mazda. It is a shared platform that they've borrowed from, as far as I remember. I'm sure it's Chang'an that's lent them the platform. It's a collaboration. But what it has done is very competent, but a little bit numb, and I think
It's not a driver's car.
And I have referred to Mazdas in the past as Japanese BMWs because they were really engaging to drive, whether it was the kind of 6 petrol-powered estate car or obviously the MX-5 majors on that. But they were always quite entertaining. Didn't feel that with this one. Very competent, very beautiful. Just didn't quite have that that engagement that I was hoping for.
Did they have any of the cars they had there? Were any of the new purple colour that they've come out with?
Do you know what? There were loads there.
Ultraviolet.
I didn't see the ultraviolet one. I had a very sort of understated sort of gunmetal grey one. I still think that Mazda do a great job with colour.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah. Is that everything? I think that might be
I think
everything.
so,
Yeah. And that's it from us. Thanks very much for listening. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. My thanks to Freddie Holmes
Thank you, James.
and Lucy the Bishop Abbott.
Thank you.
See you next time.
See you next time.